This video will cover South Africa's main industrial regions, which forms part of the economic geography section of the geography syllabus. So there are four main industrial agglomerations which contribute about 78% to the country's economy and GDP. The Gauteng Industrial Region, or the PWV, Pretoria, Witwatersrand and Vaal Complex. Factors affecting the location of this particular complex: raw materials and the agglomeration of industry and market in terms of minerals, international investment, water which can be piped from the Vaal, and the climate allowed for farming, transport, labor and housing. Gauteng, linked by many railways around the country, links to harbors for exports. The Gautrain and the Rio Vaya, for example, has a major airport at OR Tambo, major road infrastructure, large land used for housing, large labor force because it's an economic hub, and then large amounts of flat land and a steady power supply in the form of coal. Then if we look at the main industrial activities associated with this industrial region: gold mining, although mining has declined in recent years; iron and steel plants located at Pretoria, Vanderbijl Park and Vereniging; related metal industries, explosives. AE and CI is the largest explosive plant in the southern hemisphere; chemical industries for fertilizers and pharmaceutical goods; oil, we have obviously Sasolburg; glass, Consol factory is the largest in Africa. Then the Durban Pinetown industrial region, linear in shape, located along a narrow coastal plain, second highest contribution to the GDP, about 15%. Factors affecting the location of this particular region: market, looking at the following: closest to the largest market, harbour, break of bulk point, obviously at Durban. Then exports and imports, and then if we look at the harbour location, major oil refinery, oil is processed, east coast is very straight, making location for the harbour difficult. If we look at raw materials, there's a wide range of agricultural products because of the tropical climate present in that region, as well as a lot of forestry activities taking place. Water is an abundant resource with high average rainfall in that particular region. Power supply, a large coal supply in KZN, lower electricity tariffs. The main industrial activities associated with this region: the chemical industry, which produces 30% of South African chemicals; oil refineries, petrol and gas, etc.; soap production, ingredients imported into the harbour; footwear, sugar refining, textiles; motor vehicle assembly. An example of this is the Toyota assembly plant. Then if we look at the Port Elizabeth Uitenhage industrial region, it's the fourth largest industrial region in South Africa, contributes about 9% to the GDP. Factors influencing the location of this region: market and harbour location, midway between Cape Town and Durban. Harbour located close to major industries in South Africa. The harbour has valuable container terminal, fruit terminal and manganese terminal. Water, stable water supply from the Geriep Dam. Transport, linked to major markets by rail and road. Also has an airport at Port Elizabeth and a harbour. And then if we look at the port of Nkara, it's the deepest port in South Africa, and it can handle very large ships. So that's obviously located near Kucha. Then if we look at our main industries: motor vehicle assembly, number of major vehicle assembly plants located close to the harbour for easy access to the materials coming in on ships. Subsidiary motor industries, batteries, glass, tires, etc. Tire manufacturers linked to the automotive industry. That covers the video for South Africa's main industrial regions. Just before I go any further, our region that we had to focus on during our matric year, so in 2019, was the Southwestern Cape. I'm not going to go over the Southwestern Cape in too much detail because you guys will obviously be focusing on a different industrial region or a different region in South Africa this year. So yeah, that concludes the video for the main industrial regions. Thank you very much.